Welcome, explorers of mystery. Today, we open a portal few dare to cross. We all ask for a miracle at some point, a cure, a sign, a way out when everything seemed lost. But what happens when we ask the wrong way? When we ask from desperation, from doubt, or from the need to control, without realizing it, that energy blocks the very answer we long for. It's not that the miracle doesn't exist, it's that we push it away with our own vibration. Today, you'll discover that there's also a dark side to asking for miracles. And understanding it might forever change the way you pray. A miracle is not instant magic. It's spiritual response, not a human reaction. A miracle happens when your faith, your energy, and your actions align. God or the universe doesn't give you what you ask for in fear. He gives you what your soul needs to grow. For example, a woman prays for her body to heal, but before healing arrives, life guides her inward. She remembers old wounds, old names, old silences. She cries, forgives, releases. And when her heart fills with peace, her body, like a divine echo, begins to heal. The miracle wasn't the healing itself, but the inner change that made it possible. Understanding that the miracle doesn't avoid learning turns into wisdom. Asking from fear. When the soul pleads in fear, your voice trembles and the light cannot pass. Not because God doesn't hear, but because fear builds a wall between heaven and your heart. Faith opens doors, fear closes them. For example, a man prays every day with fear on his heart. Please God, don't let me run out of money. It sounds like faith, but deep down it's filled with fear. And that fear makes this energy vibrate in scarcity. So life cannot send him abundance because his soul still doesn't trust that he will be supported. Asking to control. Let that person come back. Make things happen my way. Send the money now. I need it. Those kind of prayers don't come from faith. They come from control. When you try to force the universe to give you something your way and in your time, you close the divine flow. Faith doesn't command, it trusts. And when you trust, life gives you what you truly is yours, not what your ego demands. That isn't faith, it's ego. And ego doesn't create miracles, it creates chains. For example, someone prays for their ex to return, and they do return, but this time the relationship hurts even more. It wasn't a punishment, it was an opportunity to heal what they refused to face before. The universe didn't give them love, He gave them the same story, so this time they can learn to love themselves. Because sometimes what returns isn't meant to stay. It's meant to show you what you still need to release. Waiting without acting. Many pray, but fear rise after praying. The miracle doesn't happen while you sit waiting. It happens when you move. God moves the impossible. But you must move the possible. For example, a woman prays every day for a job, but never sends a single application. Heaven cannot move while you keep still. Passivity defeats waiting with faith-guided action. Ask with faith, not desperation. Faith says, I know it will come when the time is right. Desperation says, without this, I can't live. And remember, the universe responds to your vibration, not just your words, because vibration is the true language of your soul. It's what you feel, not just what you say. For example, a father prays for his sick child, but instead of begging, he says, God, I ask for a miracle from love, not from fear. Touch my child's heart and body with your light. Heal his pain and return his peace. Guide me with tenderness to be part of his healing. Inspire the doctor. Give him clarity and the will to act with your hands. And may your will be done, wrapped in love, faith, and divine light. And in that act of surrender, his heart fills with peace, and healing begins in both of them. Ask from the light, not from the ego. Don't say, may the one who hurt me suffer. Say, may I find forgiveness and freedom. For example, a man asks for justice, but the universe gave him understanding. And through understanding, his heart feels lighter. That was the miracle, releasing the need for revenge. Pray and act. Prayer opens the door, but your steps must cross it. And when the answer isn't yes, remember, it might be wait or learn. For example, someone asks for abundance and loses their job. They think God forgot them. But months later, they start their own business. The layoff was the disguised answer. Everything happens for a reason. Nothing is bad. Everything is a lesson. The true miracle doesn't happen when everything outside changes, but when you change within. When your soul awakens, life begins to move in your favor effortlessly. The dark side of asking for miracles is believing you have no power, that everything depends on what's outside. But the truth is this: you're the channel through which God works. When you trust, the miracles has already begun. Player of life, do not fear asking for miracles. but do it with light, with faith, and with purity. Remember, the miracles doesn't always arrive when you ask, but when your soul is ready to receive it. For the greatest miracle is not what you reach into your hands, but what awakens within your soul. And remember, game start!
You have asked for a miracle, traveler. But only the one who understands the true meaning of faith will be able to receive it. Behind me rises the gate to your miracle. But before you cross it, choose your answer wisely. You have chosen answer B. Well done. You have spoken from faith, not from fear. Walk on, traveler. The gate opens before you.
Just a nameless face, every day unseen, hiding in the shadows of a world so mean, a forgotten